We are at the Northville City Race Center for the second race of the Nascar Untitled Chapter Cup Series. It is the Canada 500 from Northville City, Ontario. 29 drivers are here to try to conquer this treacherous track and take home the second win of the season. Now let's take a look at your drivers to watch for the second race of the Nascar Untitled Chapter Cup Series. Daniel Suarez sits on pole and was one of the fastest cars in practice. Can he use that to take home his first win of this young season? Brown Keselowski starts third today at Northville and is looking to go back-to-back. He won the Daytona 500 and is looking to win here at Northville. And finally, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starts second, and he was one of the fastest in practice. He had a poor run at Daytona. Can he make up for that here at Northville? Now, before we go racing, we're going to take you down on our GoPro on-track car to show you how treacherous this track is. They will go down the Super 6-lane raceway to turn 1 and 2, where that is your chance of wrecking, and then you go to 3 and 4, where there's another shot. This track is going to be dangerous for the drivers to go down. Today's pace car is the 2014 Corvette Stingray, and it is being driven by the toy table. It will be out whenever there's a caution and will reset the field and show where each car is positioned. Now, let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command has been given. The drivers in their cars and are ready to get this race underway. In row 1, we have your pole sitter and Daniel Suarez, next to Kurt Busch. In row 2, we have the 88 car of Alex Bowman and the 43 car of Bubba Wallace Jr. In row 3, we have the 24 car of William Byron and the 11 car of Denny Hamlin. And rounding out the field in row 4, it is the 01 car of Vinny Nightlife, who will be the first segment winner at the Northville City Race Center. One lap in, and we already have a wreck. Bubba Wallace is your victim. As we're going to take a look at the replay, and it looks pretty good. Bubba must have stalled Denny Hamlin, and he ran too high. He just flipped the car over. Nothing you can do there. If you run too high, that's the risk you take. Daniel Suarez will lead the field down once again. We're going to go back to lap 2 real quick, as Daniel Suarez almost lost the lead to Kurt Busch, but lap 4 was an incredible lap. Watch Daniel Suarez as he exits turn 4. He flips the car over and manages to correct it and put it back on 4 tires to win the race. And as Vinny Nightlife tried to pass him, he just never could be able to pass him. And it looked like Denny Hamlin wrecked over on turn number 3 that last lap. And Daniel Suarez will take the win, followed by Vinny Nightlife, Alex Bowman, William Byron, and Kurt Busch are the 5 cars who survived the segment. Now on to segment 2 we go. The pole sitter for this segment is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 17 car. He is right next to Joey Logano in the 22 car. In row 2, we have another Penske car in Ryan Blaney. And then we have a Stewart Haas car in Kevin Harvick. Then there are all Chevys in the back with Jimmy Johnson, Ty Dillon, and Chase Elliott. Will the Fords manage to hold on to the top 4 spots? The second caution of the day has come out, and it is Jimmy Johnson flipped over. The 7-time champ cannot handle the Northville City Race Center. As we take a look at the replay, he ran too high and he flipped the car over, and wow. That's not a mistake I would expect for this 7-time champ, as Jimmy Johnson's in the garage, done for the race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. continues to lead. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Rex, as he was your pole sitter for this segment, as he fell back to third the last lap, and he ran too high there again. And that's the risk you take again. He's going to be out of this race, and Joey Logano is going to lead them down going 3 wide for the final lap. Ryan Blaney is going to take the segment win after Joey Logano wrecked, and he wasn't that high. He must have just flipped it over. It looked like Harvick had a chance, but he ran into the wreck, and that was Ryan Blaney took advantage of that to take the win. He just got caught. Harvick got caught up in it, and Blaney takes the win. He's followed by Harvick, Ty Dillon, and Chase Elliott, who survived that segment. Now, segment 3 is the best chance for Toyota to get a car into the finals. As we got Brad Keselowski, your Daytona 500 winner, starts on pole. He's starting next to Matt DiBenedetto. Then in row 2, we have Eric Jones and Martin Truex Jr. Then in row 3, Aiden North and Austin Dillon. And then rounding out the field is Eric Almirola, who will take the third segment. Eric Almirola will be your fourth victim to the cautions, as I don't know what happened, as we're going to look at the replay right now, as you couldn't really tell from the main camera angle, so we go to the finish line cam, and it looks like that Aiden North might have came down on top of Almirola and might have wrecked him. Like, not very clear, but Brad Keselowski will continue to lead the field down. Now we have back-to-back cautions, and Aiden North falls victim to the fifth caution of the day. Now it looks like DiBenedetto turns Aiden North here, and then he just running backwards on the curve on the high side. It just could never, just lost some balance and just wrecked it. Eric Jones will lead the field down for the final 2 laps. Brad Keselowski had this race in the bag. He could have won it. He had a big lead, but runs too high and flips the car over. Therefore, Eric Jones is your winner. As, whoa, what happened to Truex? He did a full 360 and landed on his tires. But the Toyotas are going to get a car into the finals with Eric Jones, followed by Martin Truex Jr., Matt DiBenedetto, and Austin Dillon. Now we start segment number 4, and your pole sitter for the segment is Ryan Newman. He's followed by Daniel Hemrick. And then in row 2, it's Clint Bowyer and Joseph West. In row 3, we have got Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. And then in row 4, both these cars had DNFs in qualifying, Paul Menard and Brandon Jones, who will take home the final segment win. And this is probably the worst crash of the day so far. Paul Menard completely wrecked off the track as he just must have got pushed off by Kyle Busch on accident. And I hope he's okay. And he's not out of his car. And medics are there. But his window net is still up, and we hope the best for him as Ryan Newman continues to lead. Ryan Newman cruised to a victory in this segment, but Daniel Hemrick, oh boy, he suffered like 2 major crashes. The first one, he manages to stay in the race. As you see here, this was lap 2. He gets hit 4 times and managed to land his car on his tires. And then lap number 4, he does the exact same thing. He's on that side and boom, he hits Kyle Larson and it gets a DNF. Oh boy, that was a scary wreck. That wasn't as bad as the Paul Menard one, but wow, very dangerous. Hope Hemrick is okay, as it looks like he has climbed out of his car and is heading toward the ambulances, as Ryan Newman takes the segment win, followed by Clint Boyer, Joseph West, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and then Brandon Jones. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the remaining races left. Steve's Fish Shack is an official partner of the NASCAR Authentics Hot Wheels Cup Series. It will be the title sponsor of the race at Candlewood Speedway in the playoffs, and will be known as the official restaurant for the NASCAR Authentics Hot Wheels Cup Series. So if you like fish, stop by Steve's Fish Shack. Welcome back. We only have one car for the 6th and 7th race, and that is Brandon Jones in the 35 car. Now, North Star Racing has declined to participate in the 4th and 5th race because of so much damage they have accumulated in segment 4. So on to the 4th and 5th race we go, and in this heat, William Byron and Kyle Busch will lead the group down. It'll be a 2-lap race. Let's go. Chase Elliott wrecks and will be out of the group. 1 to go. Kurt Busch sneaks ahead of his brother Kyle to take the win in the 4th and 5th race and to move on to the 2nd and 3rd race. Now there are 9 cars for the 2nd and 3rd race. They will be led down by the 14 car of Clint Boyer and the 19 car of Martin Truex Jr., which 4 will advance on to the final race. Clint Boyer wrecks and will be out with 3 to go. Your leader is Martin Truex Jr. What a race! Martin Truex Jr. holds off Kurt Busch for the win in the 2nd and 3rd race, but the battle was for that 4th position, as it looked like Vinny had a shot, but it ends up being Alex Bowman and Matt DiBenedetto getting the last 2 spots, as it looked like Benedetto wrecks, and he will be in the 4th spot, as Martin Truex Jr. takes the 1st spot. Kurt Busch got the 2nd. Alex Bowman finishes 3rd. DiBenedetto finishes 4th. Then Aiden North Racing teammates Vinny Nightlife and Joseph West round out the top 10. Now it's main event time. In row 1, we have the 41 car of Daniel Suarez and the 6 car of Ryan Newman. In row 2, we have the 12 car of Ryan Blaney and the 20 car of Eric Jones. In row 3, we have the 19 car of Martin Truex Jr. and the 1 car of Kurt Busch. And rounding out the field, in row 4, Alex Bowman and Matt DiBenedetto. Unlike Daytona, the final stage will be 4 laps instead of 6. Let's do it! Your pole sitter, Daniel Suarez, is out after the first lap of the final stage. And a mistake he made. He ran too high. This was similar to Keselowski's wreck. as he ran too high and could not maintain it as he flips the car over. Ryan Newman and Eric Jones will lead the field down with 3 to go. Martin Truex Jr. is now out of the final stage after he suffered a similar wreck to Paul Menard's wreck. As we take a look at the instant replay, I don't think he must have got pushed off by Ryan Blaney. And it seems to be he is okay, and Ryan Newman is going to lead the field down with 2 to go. Ryan Newman will win at Northville City Race Center. As it looked like Eric Jones had the jump, but Ryan Newman powers back to take the win and become the first winner at the Northville City Race Center. An incredible job by Ryan Newman as he led about every lap he was out front. As Ryan Newman finished first, Eric Jones got second, Kurt Busch third, Alex Bowman fourth, Ryan Blaney 5th, and Matt DiBenedetto 6th. Ryan Newman will celebrate in victory lane after a dominating performance. This is Ford's 2nd win of the season. Could this be a sign of what's to come for the Mustang and Ford? Now we will take a look at your finishing results. The top 19 are all cars who did not wreck. As some notable cars, Vinny Nightlife and Joseph West finished in the top 10 for A North Racing. DiBenedetto finished 6th, and that was a pretty good run. As here are the other cars who wrecked. Some of the notables that wrecked were Stenhouse, Hamlin, Hemrick, and Johnson. As Paul Menard finished in 29th. We hope he is okay. Ryan Newman sits on top of the point standings after 2 races. Brad Keselowski sits 2nd with his win at Daytona, and Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney are your top 2 drivers without wins so far this season. Well, we still have a long season left as there are 6 races until the playoffs. But Ryan Newman is your winner at the Northville City Race Center. Next race, we head to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where we're going to see some interesting racing. I'm Aiden North, and I'll see you for the next one.